So, for starters, I seen that number, of course, the number, just to keep it short, the Antichrist number, and it irks me. That thing try to come up every day, every other day, every 2 days or something like that. And I'm just like, please, Lord. Like, seriously, I'm just like, let me just escape that. Um, Escape it, let it be destroyed, let that be removed. Again, I get the like panicking or getting some type of anxiety because of it when oftentimes it's still not manifesting or showing up like the time or the time or two or three, the handful of times that it has, and I seen something actually take place, like regarding um my household or something like that. Um, um, yeah, where again my daughter's dad came and um tried to be destructive. Then another time when the boy's dad was, I seen it, and the boy's dad was clearly showing up, coming over here or whatever. And I don't remember what happened during that one, but I just kind of brushed it off during that one, or other times where honestly his mom died six what was it 6 years 6 months and 6 days after our son was born, our first son was born, stuff like that. Again, but it's like it's still trying to linger around, lurk around. Like I just be feeling like, damn, am I the only one that's seeing this number on a regular basis? Some people just, like I heard somebody put it the other day, some people just like showboat that number, and they try to own it or try to identify with it or try to relate to it or whatever. Use it as a symbol, use it as a, just as an identity or whatever. Not me. Not Miss Ma'am over here. I don't like it. I don't like to play with it. I don't like to care. I don't care for it anyway, but I don't like that nowhere near me, period. So, I don't know what that is or whatever, but that God continue to reveal. I did have a dream that this girl with this long ponytail, I don't know if she was white, black, mixed, or what, I can't even remember, but she had on like maybe a velour outfit, like maybe like a rose red color, or like, no, not rose red, but like it was like a lighter red than that, so maybe like a almost pinkish red or something like that, somewhere along them lines. Almost fuchsia-ish, but not quite. But anyway, had on a velour outfit, and she was definitely, I guess she was smaller than me or something in the dream. I don't even know if she was smaller than me in a dream, like appeared. But like I always mentioned, I'm a bigger girl now. Um, so of course I got rolls and cupcakes and all that stuff. But she was saying in the dream, I remember her saying, well, I was saying, I like my rolls or something like that. Or I know I like it. Like I said, one roll is fine now. All these other ones or whatever, nah. And she was saying something. She said something back to me and probably made mention of all of the roll, or well, something about that's not okay or whatever. And my response was to fight her. I fought her, and I beat her up. And it did almost feel real in the dream now. And it felt like I was really engaging in some type of battle or war or whatever. But I fought her, and it was like effortless. A effortless win. I tore her tail up to the point where she was like knocked out, whether sleep or whatever, unconscious or whatever. I don't think dead, but definitely knocked out, and she was just laying there. She had a long ponytail, and it might have been like almost an orangish, like the similar color to the outfit she had on. And there was somebody else there, this man that I've been again feeling infatuated with. He was looking dumbfounded when I did it or whatever. He was like, "Oh, I'm about to go." I don't know if it was in response to me fighting the girl or whatever, but it was in response. I was like, "Oh, I'm about to go." Oh, that's so funny. I had another dream about the YouTubers that I'm speaking of. Oh my goodness. Hasikaya, Idaranahai, Shakai, Idaranahai. Wow. Like, I haven't even got to that yet, but I did have a dream, and I did write it down this morning. That's crazy. Wow. I like it because I'm I'm thankful. I give God the glory. Like, I already know where, because this is funny because it happened before I. It's funny. I'm not. It's humorous. I'm not surprised because I know how God works, especially in my life. I don't know how He works in anybody else's individual life, but like He literally speaking to me. He's spoken to me before about people that are in like social media and like shown me like some of their true colors, whether they're lying, whether this, that, and the third, whatever. Like, and I literally was getting ready to truly write this one dream off. I didn't want to write down the details and nothing like that. But I remember this morning that, oh, wow. So I'm gonna get to it in a few minutes, but because I'm trying to find the best way to explain. But what was I talking about though before that? Because that just came to me in the middle of. I was reminded of my dream. Oh, okay. So I was talking about the other dream where I knocked the girl out, and the guy that I was infatuated with, he was like, "Oh, no, I'm about to get up out of here." And then there was another guy in the dream. He looks like kind of a foreign guy, maybe Indianish, maybe Hispanic. I don't know, but I couldn't really tell. He had like some, not long hair, but it's kind of lengthy. It wasn't short. It wasn't like near close to his scalp short. It's just, little Justin Bieberish length when Justin Bieber first came out, but his was more frazzled and stuff. And he was putting on this toboggan. Like I have a for a toboggan for females. Actually, it's for females, but I don't know if in the dream it means it can be neutral or whatever. But he was putting one of those on. And I think I was putting mine on too because I was getting ready to go with them or whatever. But he was like the driver for the man that I was infatuated with, or the transportation or whatever. And dude was like, put his hands in his pockets. He had his hat on. He was like, "Oh no, I'm about to go. I'm about to get out of here," or something like that. And like I said, I don't know if it was in response to me fighting and beating the girl up, but anyway, and she was out cold. Some other things took place in that dream or whatever, but I don't remember. Just when I think, I'm not finna think about that dream no deeper, I'm about to write that off. Like, oh, and speaking of that, I do use curse words, very sparingly or whatever. It do be real is not to, try to show off. I think when I was younger, I probably felt like I was trying to show off or whatever. But at this point, I use them at a certain context when something getting on my nerves or something like that or whatever. But I don't really have that strong desire to do that. Um, and I guess I need to say I don't want to do it in vain anyway. Like, I don't just want to be cussing for the sake of cussing because I'm grown or I waited time I got grown or whatever. I think I used to feel like that when I was younger because, honey, it was like words that my so-called mom, she didn't want us to say. It could be titty, it could be, other little stuff. Whereas other younger people, I've seen them say that, like their parents didn't really care and stuff like that. And I didn't. Their parents didn't just let them go around. Well, some people parents didn't just let them go around cursing. One in particular, her mom did not give a damn. She let her daughter was just cussing, cussing, cussing. We was in middle school, high school, whatever. And I was intrigued by it. I ain't gonna lie, but I was like, I know my mama not gonna let me say no words like that. So I'm gonna say them while I'm over here. But anyway, yes, I do use curse words. I try not to have a potty mouth, filthy mouth, whatever. It turns me off when I hear somebody else cussing like a sailor. I cannot stand it. Um, I go off, of course, when somebody pisses me off or something like that. And then, you know, maybe if I, again, just try not to do it in vain. That's the main thing. So, getting back to this dream and stuff, like I really had anxiety and stuff about it. Oh wow. And I just don't understand. I was like, am I just getting so wrapped up in YouTube? And that could still be the possibility, but what is going on? Because literally I was watching something last night and that's why I think I wrote it off. I was like, you know what? This is the last thing I watched last night, so maybe that's why I am dreaming about this. So I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna worry about it. That ain't nothing. Don't have to, and specifically I'm like, that don't have nothing to do with my life. But you know what? It's so funny. It kind of relates. But okay, so there's this YouTube family or whatever they're doing. And like I said, they be starting off as skits, I guess, but then I think some of that stuff just turns real to them. But or they mix the real with the fake and all that, and it just becomes blurred. But you do need to have discernment. So, I don't remember what I even last watched last night. I probably have to go back in my watch history. But I had a dream about these YouTubers. It's a brother and a sister. The brother is, of course, more prominent in the YouTube and, bring his little sister along, this, that, and the third. And they were at a location, like a hotel or something like that. And one was on one bed. Let me just say, if I'm looking, I don't know how to explain it. If I'm looking at them, the brother was, if I'm facing them, the brother was in the bed that was on the left side, and the sister was in the bed that was on the right side, and they were, I guess it was like a single bed, I don't know, but anyway, and then there was like this, how do you describe it? Like a cover. Let's just say like the old school desk that we used to have in school or whatever. You can like lift the top up. So it's like a cover like that. It was like a top cover or something like that. That was in between the beds and it was separating them. And they could lift it up if they wanted to. I think they lifted it up to communicate. But even if they was like under it, they could still communicate under it or whatever. So it's like under a certain cover. Let's just say that. So under cover. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. I don't know what all that entails or whatever, but it was under some kind of cover. And then they had a baby with them. And I didn't know who the baby looked like. But now that I've seen this other video that just came on today, where there's a mom and there's, this guy who she got a baby with, and she went and took her baby. She went and took her baby she let somebody watch the baby. And it was actually the little sister, the sister of the one that of the brother in the dream, trying not to give all that away or whatever. But and that lets me know things are manifesting quickly, that's an awesome thing to me. But again, I don't try to dabble into manifestation. I let God manifest what he's gonna do, and that's that. But it makes me feel good because sometimes he does give me some insight into something else that's going on, and it's like I can see clearer what's going on there than I can see regarding my own life. And this relates, of course, because I have a child that is, my daughter is out there somewhere, and, whether her dad or his mom or whatever, hopefully it's not a whoever has her, but her her dad and his mom, and they are kind of like brother and sister, but I'm not even gonna, go that far or whatever. My daughter's out there somewhere, and I haven't seen her, haven't been around her, and but they had her at a a location or whatever, and they were undercover, and the baby was under there too. But I think the baby was closer to the girl. She wasn't with the boy, but she was in the same location, and them was the only two that I seen in the location. So today, when I get on there, the mom of this particular baby. It could be the one that was in the dream. Like I said, I can't really remember the face. My mind almost wants to put that face as the baby's face, because now that this is like trying to come alive to me. But the mom and the dad, I guess, it seemed like the mom felt more comfortable leaving the baby with whoever, but the dad was kind of skeptical, but he still just followed the mom's lead. And I'm just like, ain't no way. And especially when last week they was having like this, they was having issues. And I relate to that too, because I be wanting to get along with people so much that sometimes basically cut yourself a little short or whatever, or you not even that you can trust the person, but you just want to lead by a certain example. Like, even though I don't like y'all or I'm not dealing with y'all like that, let me still show you what's possible. Like, we don't have to live like what y'all trying to live like. We don't have to live in this hostility and stuff like that. And so this mom, or it could be that, or either she just don't give a damn because she already got older kids and stuff like that. And sometimes, and I'm not trying to be messy or anything, but sometimes people do sacrifice others, or even attempt to, and then sometimes it's failed. And when you do that, really, you better watch your back for life, because that mean that it's definitely backfired against you, and it's gonna come back and it's gonna chase you down. Me personally, and especially I feel like when you're a parent to a child, siblings and stuff that try to sacrifice each other, I mean, that right there can come back and bite you too as well. Or a younger person is trying to maybe sacrifice their grandparent or something like that. I'm not saying that stuff is okay. You don't need to be trying to sacrifice nobody, because sacrifice went out a long time ago. We're not even sacrificing animals no more for atonement or anything like that. So why would you dare try to sacrifice a person? But it's just it's different to me. It's just crazy. I don't know her this mom, so-called mom's process or whatever regarding a baby. She got 3 kids that's already pretty much grown, and so I don't know how you feel being a mother of a younger child again. So much later in life or whatever, and then the dude who she got baby by is young or whatever, first time dad, whatever. But so those that have watched or seen it, they'll pretty much be able to put two and two together and know who I'm talking about. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really trying to read what type of person he is, but sometimes when I'm watching stuff, of course, I observe and it just stands out to me. Like, I'd be looking like I look sideways, like I said, at a lot of people, but I'd be looking like dang near about to turn my head up and look at her like, girl, you a whole problem, you a whole issue. I was feeling the type of way because somebody referred to her as crazy, and I was like, I felt offended. Like, no, wait a minute. The example that you so-called lead by and who you are in this person's life, you ain't got no room to call nobody crazy. But might have to take heed to it. So I don't know, but and again, I just be feeling like, am I getting so wrapped up and getting in these people's business and stuff? They're definitely putting it out there, but what is it? What's really going on? But yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how she feels about her youngest child or whatever, because it's just too much happening to where um surrounding that child, that baby or whatever. I'd be feeling a type of way. And yeah, she basically was saying that she got problems with somebody and she put her baby and she allowed the baby to still go over there in that vicinity. Not directly with that person, but still in that vicinity, and it's like that person have access to. So I mean, I guess now I'm interested in how this is gonna play out, but still, it just is, this stuff be getting crazy, and I'm already definitely looking at the one sideways, like in real life and even on because I just don't feel like she separates her. I don't feel like she separates her skit life from her real life. Like, I really feel like who she is on there is who she is in real life. And I just recently seen some stuff come out about her name and stuff like that. And I already been around females like that, or one or two or whatever like that or whatever, that I feel like will sacrifice their own kids, or just, and especially if they'll sacrifice their own, they damn sure don't give a damn about sacrificing yours. So and of course, the way she responded when all this stuff transpired, because the girl went back and her baby wasn't there. She responded it was nonchalant, but it was like, I just don't give a damn. I don't care what's going on. Like, it's almost like you tried me, so now I'm about to, but. And I see how the so-called mom of the baby, she was referring to this person as, basically like a relative. You know how people like got fake cousins, got this, that, and the third or whatever. Now that's one thing I've never been big on. I'm not finna do that. I'm not nobody's auntie. I'm not nobody's fake cousin, fake sister, none of that stuff. I just don't. Because you start putting them titles or whatever and labels, then they think you're supposed to be acting like that type of person, and I'm not gonna do that with you. So don't psych yourself out. I'm definitely frustrated because some folks got some money out of me that I did not authorize at all. So I feel a type of way about that. Um, what else is going on? Hmm. And yeah, of course, after I seen that number pop up, it's like, wait, what? And the medium that it popped up on, I'm like, okay, now don't play with me. Don't play with me, my funds, no nothing like that. Go on about your business. Don't bother with me. But so yeah, so that stuff. Then I did want to mention how my older son broke a pair of glasses the other day. That was mine. I was feeling a type of way. my younger son is 2, 3 days later. He's like, well, Mom, when I get older, I'm gonna get your glasses back. I'm gonna make sure I get this or get some type of money or whatever, and I'm gonna get your glasses back. And I just thought that was so sweet. I think that's so sweet of him, especially because his brother is the one that broke them. Yeah, granted, he came and apologized and stuff like that, but he didn't say, Mom, I'm gonna work to get them back. My younger son thinks different, and I like that they think different. They got different mentalities. I'm not gonna try to cause them to think, but I will, use some type of influence from one to try to influence the other, and vice versa, because it's just influence or encourage or whatever in a certain direction that I deem as positive. But that definitely about melted my heart, because I'm like, oh, I appreciate that. That's my sweetheart. And so yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much all I really want to talk about, because like I really just got like an epiphany when I seen that the fact that I had to dream about this exact person who the baby was left with. And then today I see that, and I think that, if I'm not mistaken, I think the video was made today. But exact person who the baby was left with, and was in my dream this morning, and now I'm just now watching it. Just watched it about 30 minutes ago. And it was, and actually had a baby. And now I'm gonna go back and read, because I wrote the dream down earlier, but like I said, I was kind of brushing it off. And I guess I ain't got enough of just writing and brushing them dreams off. Because I'm telling you, I literally be like, oh no, that had to be because I just laid down. It's rare that I do that. I always take into consideration the dreams, but I'm like, that had to be because I just watched something with that on it last night. So with that said, I'm going to go back and see what I watched last night, and then go back and just try to put the timeline together as far as when the video was made and all of that. Then again, I'm still on my experience, and it's like a high, but it's definitely not a low. But sometimes my mind is like, no, this is low. This is a low life type of thing. Don't do it. But I'm gonna just go with peace. As long as I have peace about things, and as long as we gonna go with, I want to say the flow, but I'm not gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna go with the Holy Spirit flow. I'm not going with nothing else. And but yeah, I'm not gonna go into details about it, but it's a personal experience, something that I'm experiencing, and just seeing what's gonna become of it, and all that good stuff, all that jazz. So yeah, I made some pork steak and some rice and some broccoli and cheese. I ate that. I would start incorporating some rolls, but I just really do not see. There we go with rolls, but I really do not need no bread, and so I need as little bread and carbs and stuff like that as possible. That's why I don't even like. It's a certain pasta that I like, and it's supposed to be Alfredo, but I don't even like getting the pasta noodles in it like that. I prefer just the meat and the broccoli and the sauce. But this is just interesting. And let me just be clear about what day it is. Actually, okay, so it's February the 6th, 2022. I don't know if this day is significant for anything or anything like that, but just trying to still pay attention to dates. Yeah, so February the 6th. Of course, we about 5 or 6 days shy. 6 or 7 days shy when I took my daughter, not last year, but the year before, and linked up with her dad. Well, met up with her dad. I didn't want to link up with him, and I told my daughter, I was like, you need me on your team because of the details I pay attention to or whatever. And then I left it at that. But at this point, I'm feeling like I don't give a damn if she's on a team with her dad. Then it's nothing I can do. I don't need to want to link up with that. Period. Now, if she wants to be over here, then that's fine. And I don't want to say physically over here, but I guess I do mean physically over here. But also, but really be for us, not just physically be here. You need to actually mentally be here, spiritually, emotionally, all of that. You don't need to be divided within yourself. And So, that's why I just kind of left it or whatever. So that's why that missing baby and missing child and stuff, kind of hit me. But just like in the case of them having the baby, now mind you, the baby is with somebody that they ain't really got no business being with. To me, unless something is just not being said, that the baby don't need to be with the parents, that the set of parents or whatever. But the baby was definitely, when she was with them, she didn't look like she was being harmed. She was safe and all that. So that brings me relief, if it did relate to my situation. Yet at the same time, I don't know. It's just that is so crazy that you would take somebody's child and they let you keep the baby. They felt like they trusted you with the baby, but you put a spin on it, and this happened. And I guess similar to me, I thought my daughter, for one, what I was training her in the house was helping her to know, no, this is how you should. I wasn't trying to tell her how to respond, but I was definitely like, you need to do right. When you got the opportunity to do right, choose right. That's my vest or whatever, so I can like tighten my stomach up, tighten my gut up. But yeah, encourage her to do right and don't choose wrong and don't choose error. But she still got free will, so basically you can choose what you want to choose. Because I never like put that pressure on or threatened them. Oh, if you don't choose this, then this. No, I'm not. What I'm saying, I'm not that type of parent. But I did strongly encourage and, like I said, try to influence that choose right. So I feel like my daughter had and has and all that had the opportunity to choose to be over here, especially until the custody case and stuff was done or whatever, but she didn't. So basically, that to me, that altered what I was gonna do and could do. Now, had she been here, I would have still been trying to go to the cases and sort it out, legally and stuff like that. But being that she left and she's not supposed to be, she was supposed to still be in this household. And even while we were going through that, I just was like, well, that altered the plan. Now I kind of see how we can alter the plans that God has for us, and we choose and do our own thing. So that altered what my mentality and stuff like that, how I even thought about the whole situation. I'm like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? If you work with me, I can work with you. And then, being that I got my other children, and again, hopefully nothing comes about with that. I want to say anytime soon, but at all. But who I've connected myself to that I didn't know better and stuff like that. And I just have to still try to make it the best of a crazy connection and situation and stuff like that. Yeah, that affected how I have to operate. So that's that or whatever, but it was that just hit me. But let me go ahead and go check it out and see the details, because I literally wrote these details down and I did not even know what was occurring, that I was being shown something else about a whole nother situation that it doesn't involve me, but like I said, I could kind of relate to it. But I'm observing it or whatever, looking at some details or whatever. And just back on that details thing, like, I'm a detailed person, so yeah, I'm telling my daughter, I should be on y'all team, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, at this point in time, I'm good. Let God give me the free will to choose. My feelings still say, hey, if you can always be on the team with your daughter's dad and her, and you can get along and this, that, and the third, yeah, absolutely, that's my feelings. But that's not what my spirit say. That's not what I feel nor believe. I mean, that's my feelings barely say it anyway, but that's not what I believe or anything. Because I know that I was doing things in an orderly fashion up until that point, and I still doing stuff in an orderly fashion. It's just, like I said, some pressure was on me to get disorderly and stuff like that. But anyway, so that was that. I wasn't operating in error. And then he had somebody also in the background that was still trying to tell him stuff about me and this, that, and the third. That does not know the first or the last thing about me. Like, I feel like that person definitely thinks they know, but you don't know. But one thing about it, God can reveal to who he chooses. Even if he wants to reveal to somebody about me, Is whether I like it or not. If that person is in alignment with his will and they seeking him and they, they finding out and stuff like that. Not finding out, excuse me. God is revealing his will to them and revealing things about somebody, then it is what it is. There's nothing I can do to block that or anything like that. And I know witches and sorcerers and stuff will, they will go to the enemy and be like, no, block this and stuff. Don't let them know this about me. God can very well reveal my character and things about me, and even areas that I need improvement, to people that are really trying to be in prayer righteously, like really seeking God to find out truth, should I say. And what I'm saying, I can't encourage or advise him, he's God, but I definitely agree with that. But anybody else, I pray to God that's just trying to pry in my life for the sake of prying and in vain, and just cause you feel like you need to know, oh, what's she doing over there and this. The devil be bound, and may they continue to be deceived, and may they continue to be blindsided, whatever needs to occur, blurry vision, definitely be deceived, go around in circles for all I care. For you trying to, and I don't care if you were standing right there in front of my face and I held out the truth in front of your face, you can be blinded. You can be blinded just because you're doing it with bad intentions, and you're doing that from a um a demonic place, uh, a demonically charged place, instead of with faith and seeking God, and with intentions to still uplift and stuff like that. But yeah, okay, so I'm going. Gotta go check out this thing.